guys, I'm in Nissan's parking lot driving the Mazda 2. Just finished driving the new Almera. Ooh, I have to say that car is very well engineered. Hey, how the hell I go down? Crap, I made one turn. And this would remind us of how tiny B segment cars used to be. Ah, there's no arrow here. Alright. This car is small. It's smaller than the Myvi. And it's definitely a lot smaller than an Almera. Alright. And with the new tariffs and all that, cars that are not assembled in Malaysia will get a big increase in pricing, and this car is one of it that has suffered this fate, which would have spelled its demise. Why? This is 100,000 ringgit now. It has crossed the psychological barrier of a six-figure car, while it is technically by positioning a B segment car, but grossly outsized by its competition now, given that this is a car engineered for the European market, where the Polos and the Ford Fiestas are still roughly this size, but in an Asian context, this car is now grossly outsized. And immediately I can feel this is less soundproofed than the Almera. The engine bay is less soundproof from the Almera because I can hear every revs of the car. And it is a small car. It is a very small car. This car cannot sell already.
Is this the latest one?
100 over K.
This is the 100K one. Can I see what is 100K?
Can.
Where's your back seats? Oh, because idling stop.
I was just saying this car is now smaller than the Myvi, but price.
Hot hatch lah, hot hatch.
I'll see whether it's hot or not.
I heard people buy this for the handling lah.
I don't know. I'll test later.
Oh, it's not your car?
No.
Tester.
See you.
Okay, man. Drive safe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Alright. Let's make a right turn. Okay, I still love the design of the cabin. It is still very good looking. This new blue leather is gorgeous, and it's real leather, unlike the one in the Almera, which is a fake soft touch material with some stitching there. This is proper leather over here, and the seats, Alcantara with real leather with piping stitching. This is some premium shit here. And then on the door panel is Alcantara with stitching as well. Another premium stuff. And Mazda can only do so much. I applaud them from putting in these things because they know this car can no longer compete in any measurable way now. Alright, given that the buyers of this segment is aftering, you know, practicality and all that. But there are still people who wanted small cars. You know, they want a runabout car, small, easy to park. You don't really get much. So many Mazda 2 all of a sudden. You don't really get a lot of small cars these days, right? Most cars sized up to sell. So this is a genuinely small car to begin with. Where is the button to switch off the start stop? Okay, there you go. Is it off? No, I have to hold it. Okay, I need to hold it. I stop off. Which one is off? I only see I stop lighting up here. Let's hope that's the off button. I need to make a U-turn. I wonder if there's any way to redeem its handling. The only way it can redeem itself is through handling. And handling would be naturally gifted to cars that are smaller in size, which this is. Oh, this idiot. Okay. Good driving position. Very, very good driving position. I get pedal shifters, which I don't in the Almera. Immediately, the tires are not as grippy as the ones in the Almera. Those are Conti Ultra Contacts. I'm not sure what are these, but it's not as grippy. Okay. Yeah. The only proposition that this car now can be mentioned in a conversation of B segments is that it's small and easy to park. That's it, right? Because this is no longer a car that is suitable for a family when you have competitions like that. I mean, maybe in Europe where they are okay with these kind of small cars, this car will still be able to sell. But in Asia, definitely no. Alright, so very hard for buyers of this segment to make a case for it now. Soundproofing is not as good as the Almera either, but it's alright for this segment. In a way, I still like this car because, you know, I know how Mazdas drive, how they feel, but weirdly, I have a better brake pedal throttle feel from the Almera than this. This one is choppy, it chops, right? And then this one, I hear the engine whines, alright? Yeah, I can hear it. But of course, this car is due for replacement very, very soon because it's already super outclassed by its competition. Now the seats look great. It is the best looking seat in the segment. In fact, it's better looking than a lot of seats from premium cars. The materials on the seats are also really, really high quality. The leather, the piping stitching, the stitches, the Alcantara, all this. But in terms of support, again, I just came off the Almera, that is better. Okay, so what do I get? Heads-up display. I get this really, really old infotainment system now from Mazda. No faults, but okay, I forgot. Driving, the touchscreen disables itself. I get a very nice controller to control. Press home to go out, you know, just turn. I remember watching a review saying that this is hard to use. If you find this hard to use, you have to be an absolute idiot, because this is the simplest, most straightforward infotainment system a car can have. Right. So pedal shifters, yes, but they are really tiny. Very, very tiny pedal shifters. Okay. The controls feels great. The steering wheel feels nice. Feels alright. This is a real leather steering wheel. Smooth to the touch. Alright. And yeah. I get less room than the Axia in front. Can you imagine that? In the car. Visibility is alright, it's good. Sitting position, I would hope I can sit slightly lower, but I couldn't. That's the lowest I can go. And is this even telescopic? Oh, it is, but that's maxed up. I hope it can come at least an inch more to me. Yeah. So overall, the only proposition this car left now is that it is small, is considerably stylish. Used to be, but then they facelift it, and then now it's just a mesh of Mazda designs from Kodo 1 and Kodo 2, which I think it becomes rather busy. The rim designs are not great either. This one looks a bit uncle, and soundproofing from the roof is poor. Yeah, that's how B segments used to be. But this is considered an extremely refined B segment. I mean, the plastic materials, the fit and finish is still better than a lot of B segment cars. But overall, yeah. Maybe a college girl might prefer this car over the Almera because it's not like she's in a rush to start a family soon. And if she studies in Sunway, she wants a small car to be able to park easily. But what are the things that this car can do that a Myvi couldn't for half its price? Right? And for 100,000, you can now get a Mini Cooper from 2015. Or if you're lucky, 16. No lah, 15. You can get a Mini Cooper. So, is this a buy? No. A definite no-no. But I love the leather. I still love its interior. I no longer love its exterior. And there's far few propositions that justifies this car anymore, given the price point. Right? Yes, it's only 10,000 above what it originally is, but for this segment, 10,000 is quite a bit, right? And is there turbo? Nope. Is there some crazy specifications? Nope. There's only 2 airbags. I can't believe it. Yeah, there's only 2 airbags. Yeah. But I love the seats, man. The design. Okay, the seating is just average. It's not that great of a seat. Yeah. Smooth. Jinba Itai. Nothing much. Yeah. I mean, cruising like this, I know the Sky Active engine is very, very fuel efficient. Yes, the Honda City might be fuel efficient, but it's a hybrid. You're gonna lose a lot of money down the road. The Almera is turbo, but remains to be seen because we know turbocharged cars, on paper, they may be very fuel efficient, but if your foot is heavy, coupled with a CVT gearbox, I'm not sure. I reserve my statement on their 18.4 kilometers per liter claim. I reserve that first because I know a thing or two about CVT and turbocharged engines if your foot is heavy. And I also know that Mazda Sky Active engine, even if your foot is heavy, it is still fuel efficient. Alright? Interior wise, it is miles ahead of the Yaris or the Vios, but space, it loses out entirely. Alright? If you compare this to a Honda Jazz, there's literally no comparison. For a price difference of 30,000, almost 30,000 price difference, this car holds no candles ahead of the Jazz in terms of interior compartments and all that. The only thing that it wins against a Honda would be refinement, because this is an interior that is even more refined than the Honda Civic. Alright, this is just beautiful. This kind of interior you can only get from an Italian car or a European car. It's just high quality, fit and finish, use of materials, designs and all that. It is a beautiful place to be in. That's about it. Yep. You don't get the kind of power from a European small turbocharged car. It's still, I think it's a 1.5, right? And it's gonna whine like mad. Not bad. Sounds okay. Picks up really okay. Actually, it's not slow though. It's not slow. Alright? It pulls nicely. Pulls smoothly. And very bad interior compartmentalization or utilization of space is bad. The door bins, the bottle part is big. It's not a long door bin. You can't fit a lot of stuffs in there. This part is useless. My phone can't even fit here, a modern phone. I mean, an iPhone 5 would be fine, but not these giant modern phones, right? So if your USB port is here, your phone has no place to put apart from dangling around here. There's literally no proper space to put your phone. Over the gear knob, this part doesn't hold anything either. So your phone, your cable has to be long enough for you to drag it across to the cup holders, and then the Mazda controller will be in the way. I don't know whether you all can see it or not, but no, it's not a practically placed or layout interior anymore. Okay, tiny pedal shifters, some controls for the screen. That's about it. Yeah, noisy, because B segments are like that. See, this one is worth the price difference if I were to compare against that Almera in front. Right, that one has a cheap interior, ugly looking car, but it's a huge car. I'll be happy if I get to ride in an Almera when I order a Grab, but I'm not happy if I ride in this, if I call a Grab. Get what I mean? Yeah. That's the Mazda 2 for you. 100 over 1,000 ringgit now. Sorry. That is the demise of this car in our market now. Even at 80 plus, it wasn't selling really well either, because again, people at that price point wanted something more. So if Mazda were to continue building the Mazda 2 in this size, they better make it stylish AF. Right? It has to be extremely stylish, extremely good looking in order to sell by looks. It was back then. But you can't live long in cars like that. You won't own the car for a long time if your car is so small. Very quickly you'll find that you can't fit this, you can't fit that. You can't pick up a friend from the airport, you know, because the boot is small. All these things will come in very quickly. And there's always the question of a hyper bang for buck car like the Myvi. Yeah. And in terms of handling, this one doesn't handle as well as the Yaris or the Vios, right? Those cars are better than this now. Sorry, you've been a good puppy, but I'll do the walk around video later on. Cheers!